Hello, fellow travelers. Welcome to my channel where I explain basic and not so basic aspects of immigration law and available processes for all types of immigrants. I'm attorney Lee Marvin, and I have been specializing in immigration law for more than a decade. Today I'm going to share with you some insider tips about the I-131 process. If you like what you see, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the alert notification so you can get notified of other videos as they come out, okay? Also, don't be afraid to share this with other people. I got some really great information here for people. This is intended for you, not so I can hear my own voice, okay? So, what is USCIS Form I-131? So, let's start with the basics. Basically, it's the form you need to fill out in order to get a travel document, okay? This is crucial for traveling internationally. For people, depending on their status, certain types of status, you are required to file for permission to leave the country and to return again, okay? So this process allows you to obtain that permit, which is also known as the advanced parole document. Okay, so again, it ensures a smooth transition back to the United States. Leaving the country is never a problem. It's returning that's typically the problem. So who can file Form I-131? So this form is primarily intended for certain non-U.S. citizens who fall under specific categories. Categories such as adjustment of status applicants. So if you have filed already, or you're planning on filing an application for a green card, legal permanent residency, and you want to travel during the review of this process, you need this application, okay? This is also intended for refugees and asylees, okay? So these are individuals who have been granted refugee or asylum status in the United States. Typically, if you're an asylee or refugee, you don't have a passport or you don't have the right to travel because basically you're fleeing your country, okay? So you need a travel permit from the United States to be able to do that, okay? TPS, Temporary Protected Status Beneficiaries, are those who have been granted TPS due to extraordinary circumstances in their home country. Storms, infrastructure issues, civil unrest. Those are individuals who are able to qualify for this travel authorization. This is also permitted for DACA recipients, those who are granted deferred action for childhood arrivals, okay? So that's who can apply for this. Who cannot apply for this? Well, it's not a matter of not being able to, it's just a matter of not having to, okay? So individuals who are lawfully present in the United States as legal permanent residents, U.S. citizens, or people with certain types of visas basically don't need this form, okay? So also, if you are outside the United States, you don't have the right to request this form. So we get a lot of people that do Google searches and do their own research and think they know everything about immigration. They're wrong, okay? So people will do the research and see, oh, I know that this is called a travel permit. I must need this travel permit to come to the United States. Don't be fooled by lack of experience. Make sure you get the right knowledge, which is why you watch a video like this, okay? So if you're outside the United States, this is not for you, okay? This is for people in the United States with certain types of status, which I just described, okay? So if you're not one of those categories that I just described, you need to seek legal counsel and figure out what process is appropriate for you, okay? So filing. What are the filing fees for the I-131? Currently, it's $575 for the filing fee. It's very, very important. Do not file anything without triple checking USCIS for the current up-to-date fees. They do change from time to time. It's not too often, but it would really be a bad thing if you think you know, you file and the filing fee is wrong, okay? So just double check. You can also check with your attorney Honestly, if you have an attorney, you're not doing any of this stuff anyway. You don't have to do it. You don't have to worry about it. Leave the driving to me. You don't have to worry about any of this stuff. This is just to give you a general idea of who needs to do certain things. It's just for education purposes, okay? So when you're filing for the I-131, okay, the million-dollar question everybody's asking these days is, how long does it take? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? How long does it take immigration to process our request? Processing times are at a lifetime high. Never have they been this long, okay? The reason for that is because USCIS has a crazy workload. I'm not defending these guys, but it's important to know that there is a huge workload that they have as a result of COVID, as a result of the massive changes under immigration law, asylum, the border issues down at the southern border. There's millions upon millions of people that are in the process that are waiting for USCIS to make a decision, okay? Current policy changes how long it takes immigration to process requests. Policies change like they change their underwear, okay? Immigration is constantly changing things, okay? Biden, I don't know. His marching orders to his troops changes when the wind blows. It's very difficult under this administration to do anything because it changes all the time. It was true for Trump too, so don't think I'm criticizing the current president. These things change all the time. So make sure you're talking to somebody who knows what they're doing, because otherwise you're going to get denied, okay? Because things change, and immigration is unforgiving. They're not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. They're going to deny you, okay? It generally can take anywhere from a few weeks to months to get this travel permit. I recently had a client, I pulled a rabbit out of my hat. I did some amazing miracle work for her process. And instead of the typical 10 months or more, it took 4 months. So we got her approved in 4 months because I know what I'm doing, okay? So anywhere from a few weeks, typically months, to a year, okay? So that gives you a general idea of how long, for planning purposes, for trips, that gives you a general idea of how long it's going to take to get, okay? Again, this stuff changes, so check with USCIS to see what the processing times are. Check with me or your attorney, okay? So speaking of attorneys, why do you need an attorney? Why is it important? Well, I've been doing this for over a decade. And in my years of experience, specifically for the I-131 process, generally speaking, having an attorney is good for these reasons I'm going to list. But for I-131, it's important because people see it and they say, hey, whoa, man, that looks so easy to do. It's just a travel permit. It's not citizenship. It's not a green card. It's just a travel permit. I just was in a group online and they said, do this. It's a lot more complicated than that, okay? So an attorney who's done this, I've done this many times. Like I said, the last approval came in 4 months. Don't do it because you think it's straightforward. Have an attorney help you, okay? So attorney, number one reason, expertise. An attorney knows how to do this stuff, okay? So if you hire an attorney, if it's not me, I don't really care. I love helping people. But if you're going to hire another attorney, that's fine. Just make sure that you're hiring somebody with a good reputation. Look at their website, look at their reviews, because there's a lot of attorneys out there that you should never go to. But you need to go to somebody because you really don't want to mess this up yourself, okay? So attorneys know how to navigate the process, how to make sure that the application is done right and accurate, and you meet all the requirements. Because believe it or not, people think that they can just fill out an application and get an approval without knowing what the requirements are, even if the process is for them. So don't be one of those people. Attorneys can also help you with strategy, okay? The 4-month case that I got approved, strategy, right? We did it in the right way for the right reason, using the right information. So the right evidence to show that we met the requirement. That strategy was killer. I mean, 4 months is unheard of to get an approval for something like this, okay? So it increases your chance of success, the speed, it reduces risks, right? Because people file things improperly, whether it's an attorney or an individual, and it raises lots of red flags, okay? So reducing the risk by doing it right. Some people, it's conceivable somebody files this improperly, they don't have the right to file it, and all of a sudden you're on immigration's radar when you should have never even filed the darn thing, okay? That could lead to a deportation. So don't make that mistake, okay? Get an experienced attorney. Call me. I can do this for you. Absolutely. We can get an approval. So I have a 94% success rate with my cases, okay? And that's across the board. It's not just with I-131s, okay? 94% approval. Go to my webpage. That information is on there. It's not just BS for marketing. It's true. I am really that good at what I do because I've done it for a decade, okay? So I do this. I have success. Look at my reviews. See what people are saying. Not everything's perfect or positive, but it's vastly more positive, and you can see the sorts of things that people are saying. And that's not just with me, but other attorneys. Read the reviews, because some people don't actually have reviews. They just have people that put stars on there. It's in the quality and the content of what people say and their experience, okay? So that's just with everything, but especially with immigration, okay? So find somebody that's reputable, that has good reviews, and hire them to do this process. Don't do it yourself, okay? So that is what the I-131 process is. The advance travel permit. This is critical for people if they're gonna need to travel. Do it right. Subscribe to my channel. Click the alerts so that you are notified with other videos like this. Share it with family, friends, anyone and everyone, because these videos, these things help people move forward in life and fix their processes and be reunited with loved ones. So check us out. And if you need to contact me directly, go to my website, marvinlawoffice.com. Phone, email, you name it. We're all over social media. Find us, follow us, call us. I want to help you.